Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're going to be replacing some front headlights on a 2013 Volvo XC90. This is an R edition, if you will. I don't think that makes any difference here with the high intensity lights. So you have to pop in the hood on the inside, reach under the hood here and pop the latch, lift it up. And in particular, we're going to focus on the driver's side headlamp fixture, because what Volvo has done here, I think, is very clever and other manufacturers could easily take note of. And so to begin the headlight removal process, there are two clips. You don't need any fancy tools for this that we're going to pull up here. We've got one retention bar there and another retention rod here on the other side. And then with those retention rods out, we can simply slide the headlamp fixture out. And now we have full access to all of our headlight bulbs from the rear, no tools required. I think that's pretty slick what Volvo did there. And so for this high intensity bulb, turn the cover, that one comes off. The other bulb, pop the cover off. Very easy to get to. And your other bulb down here at the bottom. So lots of easy access bulbs. Today we're going to be doing the HID bulb, which I've already taken the first part of removing the old one here. Here's the connector. Taking a closer look at the socket here, when it comes to removing the bulb, this is easier to see with the bulb out. There's a black tab back here that you're going to want to rotate to release these metal holding prongs, if you will, from the bulb. And then you want to twist that back the other direction. It's just maybe an eighth of a turn, give or take, that then allows these little holding pins here to hold everything into place. This vehicle here also has the motorized self-leveling headlights, so there will be some play on the inside there, so just try to be careful with it when you go to separate everything. And remember, when you're done, to relock that ring back in place to re-secure your headlight bulb. So here's a look at the parts that we're going to use. These HID bulbs are D1S. I'm using the Sylvania bulbs, or if you will, the Orzum, if you will. So there are a number of these, from what I understand, that are counterfeits that are floating around, so pay attention to where you're ordering the bulbs. If the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. And so if we look at these bulbs here, and how they come packaged, that comes out like that. There's a tube around it here. I'll remove the tube here, but one of the things I don't want to do is touch that glass with my bare hand and risk getting a smudge on the bulb, because I want to keep that bulb nice and clean as possible so that the headlight beams are very clear when they're in use. A simple way to do that will be simply to put on just a rubber latex glove and protect your hand with that. So now let's go back over to the car and install the bulb. All right, now we're back at the car. We got the bulb in the hand here. And then pay attention to the way the wire is going. So when the bulb goes back into the vehicle, that the wire will sit as normal as it can. And in this case here, it's going to just click into place like that. And then we're going to press this bulb back into the slot here. And then that metal housing should click right into place. All the way around, just like that. Now we've got a good bulb back in place. We'll take this cap here, put it in, give it a little twist, and we should be good to go. So that's for the HID bulb. The other bulbs here, we've got some other bulbs over here that we can inspect if you'd like. That's the most expensive bulb out of all of these. This is your more traditional bulb over here that you can get to. In general, it's a good idea to try to replace your bulbs in pairs. I know that drives some people nuts when you find yourself replacing what they think are too many bulbs at the same time. So another bulb down here. So it's important when you look around this fixture to realize that not all of these wire connectors and ports are actually bulbs. So there is a turn signal marker that's right here. If you look at the front and you look at the colors, that gives you some clue. And then over here on the side, there is another bulb for your corner markers, so that you've got markers on several edges here. So there's lots of little bulbs floating around here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulbs in each of these fixtures. Obviously, the other side is going to be the mirror opposite. And before you put this back in, you can easily test this before you put the clips in by putting your keys in the ignition and verifying the repair. Now it's going to be time to give this a test. And if that comes on and looks right, and that's good. You may notice, if you haven't replaced the other bulb yet, that one bulb is a slightly different color than the others. Don't be surprised. That's why you should replace these in pairs. And now when it comes to reinstalling your headlight fixture, pay attention to the wires that are down below to make sure you don't accidentally crunch one of the wires in the wrong way. Then this simply just slides back into position. And then just try to align a couple of the tabs. Let's see if we can go back here. There is a tab down here at the lower front. Maybe you can see that little yellow tab right there. That goes through. And then when I took out my pull bars, my locking bars, I laid them out on the side that they go. So this is the one that goes to the middle, where it goes towards the center of the car. Push the headlight fixture back. Drop that down into place like that. Now this is the trickier one, the one that goes on the outside, because there's going to be 2 tabs, an upper and a lower tab. Simply lean over and get them down. Let's even come around to the back side. There you can see there's the lower and the upper, and you're done, and you're in and out tool free, which I think is absolutely genius how they did it with these tabs. I love it. And so then you can lather, rinse, and repeat on the other side. Again, tool free, just everything will be mirrored in the other direction. So very simple, very quick fix if you've got these HID halogen bulbs on a Volvo XC90. Just for a quick comparison, if you take a look at this here, the bulb on the left was the bulb that burnt out that caused this replacement, and the one on the right was a still working bulb that I removed so I'd have a matched pair that I placed into this vehicle. And you can see on the bulb that burnt out, there is definitely an extra spot where maybe the element popped up here towards the top. These bulbs do function as both the regular and the high beam, so they're a 2-mode bulb, if you will. And so this is pretty clear when you look at these side by side. One of these is not like the other. This is the one that failed, and there's the extra spot right there, so you can tell the two apart to know which one is a bad bulb and which one is still a good bulb. And so I might take this good one here and put it in a Ziploc, or put it in one of the packages that I took out and put it in the glove box just to have a spare on hand, because these bulbs are not readily available at every auto parts store, and auto parts stores that do carry them charge about $100 a bulb for these, and you can get a high quality replacement online for about $40 to $60, give or take. So there's a decent cost savings by pre-planning this repair, if you will, and saving at least one as salvage. I'll put a link where you can order these bulbs here on Amazon if you're interested in that. It's an affiliate link that helps to support this channel. Any other questions or comments, put it down below. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.